Morgan here. I love creating graphics for my Moji Life business, and I love sharing them with my team and with other Moji Life distributors. But you know what they say, if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. If you teach him how to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. So I wanted to show you what apps I use and how I use them. That way you can build your own graphics and you can work towards building a brand or aligning your graphics with the brand you already have instead of just using other people's graphics. I do a lot of different apps to make photos and videos. I also use a computer, but Adobe is expensive, so I figured I would show you these because most of these apps are free or really cheap to use. And you can use them on the go. I like to do them when I have a free moment in between doing things with my kids. So here's a few of the apps that pictures that I've made with the apps. You'll see I have paid to have the watermark removed from the apps. This is very important. I strongly urge you to do the same because it makes it look a lot more professional than if you have the apps watermarked down in the corner. Remember to make these specific to you, make it part of your brand. You know, that's the point of creating your own stuff, that you can make it yours. And then try and keep it simple. Don't make things too crazy. Don't put too many colors or too many different fonts. I like to use just a couple different fonts or even sometimes just one font. You'll see just the same font there, nice and simple. So the first app I'm going to show you is the Eraser app, and then I'll show you the Photo Layers app. And these are similar. The Eraser app, you don't have to have a background to put it on. So let's choose a picture that has a background. If you had a bunch of different colors in the background, you would want to make sure and crop this out. This is just white, so it does not matter. You're going to click auto and then click in the background. If your background was a lot of different colors, you might want to use manual and then you could manually erase it, but that's going to definitely take more time. So I like to use auto. If your background's white, you might want to click on this to make the background dark so you can see what you have not gotten yet. The threshold is important. The higher the threshold, the more colors it'll take out, and the less it'll take out. So you'll see in a second, I'll show you another picture and why that's super important. So get rid of all the background. And then let's say you missed a little bit of the white around the edges. You can use this different smoothing numbers to make the edges all look smooth. And then save it. Once it's saved, it is saving it with a transparent background. So similar to that is the Photo Layers app. So with this though, you're going to have a background that you're adding the images to. So I'm going to choose this background. You can crop it how you want. I'm just going to keep it the same. And then I'm going to add different photos. So you could choose the one we just used in the Eraser app, then it doesn't have a background, or you can choose one that has a background. So as you can see, this has a white background, and that does not look as professional. You'll see others do this, and it just does not look as professional as if you were to remove the background. So if you click cut, it's going to take you to the similar screen to the Eraser app. And this is where the threshold becomes important. See how the white air emoji is not there anymore because it's too similar to the background. So you can change the threshold so more of the air emoji shows up. And you can keep clicking to get rid of, the shadows and all the extras, or you could do it manually. Sometimes if you erase a little bit that you don't want, like I just did, you can just press the back arrow. Sometimes that's easier than doing the auto. So just clean up some of the extras, and you see it's like feathered on the edges, but that's okay because we can go in to the smoothing and smooth it out at the end. And now you have, oops, always click the arrow on the corner to make it not stretch crazy. You want to keep the ratio the same. So now you have the same picture but without the background, and that looks a lot more professional. So you can also add in, I have all of the logos, Moji Life logos saved from the Dropbox, and the ones you want to save are the PNG files because they have transparent backgrounds. That way you don't have to deal with getting rid of the background, and you can play with the size and move it around. So that is how I add logos to pictures. So you can see I use a couple different apps to get my graphics done. Yes, it takes time, but it's definitely worth the time. I mean, it doesn't take that much time. We're all busy, but you can make time to do things like this. So if you are super busy, this app is fabulous because it does a lot of the stylizing for you. It has different backgrounds that are already downloaded. You can search for different backgrounds. We'll do no since we're Moji Life. So you can choose different backgrounds, search for them, or you can go to your camera roll. I'm going to go to the image I just made in photo layers. So once again, using multiple apps to make the picture. You can crop it to make it different sizes. I'm going to skip and keep it the same size. From here, you double tap it to make your text. We'll say get them before they are gone. And you'll see, oops, if you made a mistake like me, just double tap again and fix it. As you can see, there's different styles down here at the bottom, and then within each style, you can choose down here at the bottom. If you click the dice, it gives you even more options. And what I love about this app is you can make a graphic super fast because it does the stylizing for you. Or if you think you're not a crafty person or this is not something that you are good at, it's nice because you don't have to do all of the work. They do it for you. And this app does cost money, but it cost me, I think, $4.99 for Android. And then I believe that on Apple, it's a little bit more money, but that's okay. And then from here, you can also choose to change their colors. I like these ones. They have a little texture in them. Makes it kind of fancy. The gold's super fun. I love these two. Once again, giving it texture. Or you can have it fade to different colors. And this one, the different colors is fun when you, depending on where it's at in the page, that's what color it's going to be. Or they have all these colors, or down at the end, you can do it where it comes in different colors. The neon's pretty fun. So you can kind of play around with that. That app's great. Definitely worth the money that it costs to get it because it does the work for you. And then you just save it. You could re-swag it. Let's say you used a photo that that you didn't put the logo in already. You could re-swag it to add more words, or you can add a watermark or a logo, which would be like we just did in photo layers. So you would go to your downloaded logo. Let's choose the pink one this time. You choose the logo and you can move it around just like we did in photo layers. So another app that I like to use to add words is PhotoFi. PhotoFi is especially great if you're wanting to add more words. I feel like PhotoSwag is good if you're not doing too many words. If it gets too many words, it can look a little bit busy. So if you wanted to like put in the description of a fragrance or, you know, something that's longer, this app is great. It automatically goes into the square option. So if you want to change it back to its original size or crop it to different sizes, that would be over there in ratio under edit layout. You can also, if you go to edit photo, you can make it into a square if you want to, like Instagram. So to add text to it, you just click text. Let's just write what is included in this bundle. So we'll click white emoji, fresh, lime, and coconut, and white sands. Once you have your text ready, click the check mark, and then from here you can choose different fonts. They have tons of great ones. They have more you can buy if you want. And then you can, let's choose one that's a little bit more bold. There you go. You can go into the format. You can make it more see-through. You can change the color. It comes with a certain amount of colors you can buy to have more. You can make it stretch out. You can make the paragraphs or whatever, the lines stretch out. You can give it shadows. This is great if you're wanting it to stand out a little bit more. You can have it a background. I don't do that very often, but once in a while it makes sense to do it. You can have a different pattern of the letter colors. You can outline it also. You see there now it has a black outline around it, and you can change the weight of the outline. So this app might take a little more work than the other app, but it gives you a little more flexibility. You can stylize it how you want. They also have artwork. You can search for different things. If I search for summer, it gives me little things about summer. Let's put in relax. And with this, you can, some of them you can change color, some of them you can only do shadow. This graphic's getting a little busy, so I wouldn't normally do this, but I just want to show you the different things that you can do. They have stickers, so we could put in a pineapple, something summery. They have lots of different fun things that you can put in. You can give it a frame, all sorts of things. So this app is definitely, oh, you would need it in a square for the frame. This app is definitely one to play around with. It has lots of uses. You can create custom artwork, lots of fun things. So that one is one that I love. Then you just click the check mark to save it. The next app I'm going to show you is PhotoGrid. PhotoGrid is one I use to create collages. You can do that also with PhotoSwag, but this one I feel like is better because you want to click grid. Actually, let's do the fall fragrances. I'll show you why it's so fabulous. So if we, let's say we wanted them all right next to each other, you see how it crops it so you can't see the whole photo? That's what happens in PhotoSwag, and you can't make them smaller. So this is why I love this app. So you can change the ratio, but also if you click on here, you can click fill out and it will make it so the whole photo fits in. And then you could put words over the top and over the bottom in the white space. So that's why I love this app. You can also put text and stickers and borders in and stuff, but mostly I just use it for that layout feature so I can make sure photos fit in. And you'll see you can choose from all these different photos. See, and you can make it so none of them are cropped out. Love that one. I think you can add up to like 15 photos if I remember right. Sketch Guru is one I've recently started using once in a while. It doesn't have a ton of uses, but it's kind of fun because you can make things look like stylized, like they're drawn. So let's see if I have something. Let's use the black air emoji. So we're gonna crop it down, and you'll see you just choose these little things. Now it just kind of stylizes it, makes it more like a cartoon or hand-drawn. So I used this recently when I made a, like, guess which color the new mini emoji will be, and you can change different things about it. I think it's super fun. Not a ton of uses, but it's always good to change things up and have a variety because it's going to catch people's attention. Just make sure that you keep it congruent. And then there's a couple video apps I use. You've probably heard of Boomerang. Boomerang is fun because you can make little short clips that people will stop on, and it just adds a little variety to your news feed or to your Instagram feed. So with Boomerang, it just makes super short videos. I've done it where I'm pulling open the emoji pod, or opening up the Airmoji, or opening my new Airmoji stock. And all you do is hold down the little button and do whatever you're doing. So I say, like, hello, and see, and it makes it fun. Like, if I did a video of me waving, that's not very fun, but for some reason when it's Boomerang, it makes it fun. So, or silly faces, whatever, and your kids will like it. Jumping, anyways, those are fun. Save them, bam. Makes your feed a little more interesting. And that one is absolutely free. To use is Legend. And Legend is great for things that you want to make a video, but you don't have a lot of words for, because they're really short. You want to keep it short. So let's just type in, I love Moji Life. If you click the play button, it'll click from their backgrounds. And you have different colors to choose from. Each color has its own little background. And then there's different styles within each style. The backgrounds are different. Anyways, I think this is really fun because it looks really professional, but it doesn't take a lot of work. So that is why I love this. I've used it for different promotions. I use it with my team. Just super simple to use. And then when you save them, you can save them as GIFs or videos. I typically do videos just because that is more compatible with more platforms. You can also choose from your photos. Let's just choose a photo that we have here. You'll want to crop it to make sure it fits well. We'll just stick with the same, and then you would put in the font you want, and then, or the text you want, and then click that play button again. And then from here, you can choose your different colors, your different styles. So this is fun. It looks professional, easy to do, gives a variety to your feed. Once again, people like to stop and look at videos, especially if you're doing only photos or only text. It'll spice up your feed. So that's another great one. And then there's a few that I personally don't use. So those are just the apps that I use. I know there are a lot of great apps out there. A few other ones that I recommend, but I don't currently use, are Canva. It is easy to use, has lots of options. If you want to do some more animated graphics, more animated pictures, then I recommend Ripple, R-I-P-L, and Lumiere. Lumiere is used a lot by our master distributor, Kevin. And those are just gonna make your standstill photos a lot more attention grabbing and more interesting. And it just gives a little animation to your photo. And those are also easy to use. So whatever you do and whatever apps you choose to use, just have fun with it, play around, see which ones work for you. And make sure that you are creating graphics that align with your brand, or if you don't have a brand yet, start building your brand and make sure they align with the brand that you would like to create, or solidify your brand with these graphics. So have fun with it, be original. And if you have an app that I didn't mention that you love to use, please share. I would love to hear it. So I hope you have a fabulous day and happy creating.